There we go. And it's the show. Welcome to Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you had a spectacular weekend. I'm just gonna go with Frankie right here. It's hot, and I'm staying inside. Well, for all you that
we are hot and we're staying inside.
My air conditioning broke this weekend, so
sucks to you.
It sucks to be me. Yeah, that was not fun at all. But oh well, hey, it's what happens.
Hey, it's part of life.
It is totally what happens. But as I said, happy Monday, guys. Welcome to the show. It's here's how the week is going to play out for everyone. We're going to do the Monday show tonight, hopefully answer a bunch of you guys' questions and have all kinds of fun.
Yep.
And then on Thursday, we're going to be with this guy right here, Oscar.
That's right.
So we're going to be at Jay's Tent in Dallas. I got confirmation this morning that Jeff Smith is supposed to be with us.
Confirmation, okay.
I got confirmation he's supposed to be with us.
Yeah.
So what am I looking at?
Oh, we're going to do the clean wire thing.
Oh, yeah, it's coming up.
Okay.
It's coming up.
Oh.
So if you guys are in the Dallas area, you want to say hi to me, you want to say hi to Fernando, you want to,
say hi to Oscar.
Bring Jeff a box of Post Raisin Bran. Don't. He's good. Or say hi to Oscar or pick up something at Jay's. You can stop by. We'll be there at some point. Early. We'll be there, I don't know what time they open, but we're landing about 9:45. We'll probably grab a bite, and then we'll head over there, and then we'll grab another bite. So probably noon to 2:30. We don't want to stay too long.
What are we biting?
Food.
Okay.
And then we'll head over to the convention center, if not sooner. But anyways, we'll be there, so that'll be fun.
That is correct.
Hopefully it's clear by that time. Hopefully, a little rain. Isn't it flooding in Dallas? I'm sure it is. I'm sure. Why wouldn't it be?
And it's okay.
It's okay.
Well, not really, because I'm short and I can draw. No.
You can't swim. That's all right. I can swim and I'm good. So it's and I'm taller than you, so I can just walk through it all. Perfect. Hello from Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. I love Michigan.
Hold on. This one. Sorry. I'm adding the Epicenter to my D6-1200 and also a sub amp. Do I connect the Epicenter before the D6-1200 or after? This is a question that brings up much debate. And let me start by just saying this. Hey, this segment is brought to you by Audio Control. That's right. Fans of the show, Audio Control is one of our brands that, they've been with us for a long, long time. I'd say day one, but it hasn't been day one. That's a whole nother funny story. But anyways, so here is, because you have a D6-1200, and that is, I'm assuming, and also a sub amp. Okay, so it's not. You're going to have a sub amp. If you look at the Audio Control installation manual, it says if you have a radio that is preamp level output, you can go into the, let's say it's 6-channel preamp level output. Channels 1 through 4 can go into the D6-1200. Channel 5 and 6 can run through the Epicenter into 5 and 6 of the D6-1200, do all your funness through it, and then out to the sub amp through that 7-8 output. And that works great. And that is 100% what they show. Fernando has put it up here. This is what they show. So they show the radio. They show.
Oh,
hold on a second. I didn't hit record. Oh, my gosh.
All right.
Hold on. Let me go back here. I forgot to hit record.
Start off.
All right. So let me hang on, guys. Let me
just 1 second, guys. 1 second.
All right. We'll hit record, and then I'll just go and steal the first 5 minutes from the thing. Okay.
That's perfect.
So anyways, as I was saying, Fernando has it pulled up right here. Let me hide this conversation for 1 second. And that's what it's showing you in this diagram. It's showing you a radio, RCA, and whatnot. And this is speaker level hookup.
Now,
right?
Before you go, this is a system number 3. If you go right here, it show you
that's high level.
System number 2.
He's not doing system number 2, and he's not doing system number 1.
All right.
So he's way down here. And this is all 3. LC. So this is fine, whatever.
Just so you can have an idea.
So that's how they recommend doing it, and that's wonderful. However, we don't do it that way, and this is where the debate comes in as far as who's right, who's wrong. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. You can do it their way. Our way is to do it the way I suggested if there's RCAs. If there's not RCAs, then we're going into the amplifier first, because more than likely you're just going to have front and rear in using aftermarket head unit. fine. We won't have to go any further than that. But if for those of you that are running an aftermarket head unit, or just have front or just rear or just front altogether, we go into the amplifier first, out of the amplifier into the epicenter, and then we use the crossover in the amplifier. But yes, if you have RC output, just do it as I said, RCAs into everything, run the RCA out into the amp and go. Either way works either way works. It's just a matter of, I don't know. But we always go after. What's up, Bill?
What's up?
I can't believe I didn't hit record. What the hell? It's so bad. All right, well, we're recording now.
Yeah.
If I use a DSP, all right, hold on. All right, I'll answer this, then we got to jump over
that. Is correct.
If I use a DSP and a passive crossover, do I still use high pass on amp or full range? Source unit, DSP, out of DSP into amplifier, out of amplifier into speaker. Let's say 5-channel. Channel 1 and 2 are mid-range and a tweeter passive. You're going to use the DSP to set the crossover because it's a better piece to do it on. You get more precise. You're going to leave the amplifier full range. At this point, the amplifier is just power, and that's the only thing you use it for, setting gain, power. Gain low because you have DSP, plenty of voltage output. So yes, that's how you'd run it. Use crossover on the DSP. Way more precise.
All right.
Wait. Go ahead and just remove the comment. Yep. Let me go over here to... Hey, guys, we do this little thing called the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club over on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Is this the same guy from last week? Or we never Sorry, whoever won last week, I apologize. You're going to have to do it again because we didn't shout you out because we had a visitor on Monday, and I feel really... However, we don't do it that way, and this is where the debate comes in as far as who's right, who's wrong. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. You can do it their way. Our way is to do it the way I suggested if there is RCAs. If there's not RCAs, then we're going, into the amplifier first, because more than likely you're just going to have like front and rear in using aftermarket head unit. Fine, we won't have to go any further than that. But if for those of you that are running an aftermarket head unit, or just have front or just rear or just front altogether, we go into the amplifier first, out of the amplifier into the epicenter, and then we use the crossover in the amplifier. But yes, if you have RC output, just do it as I said, RCAs into everything, run the RCA out into the amp and go. Either way works either way works. It's just a matter of, I don't know. But we always go after. What's up, Bill?
What's up?
I can't believe I didn't hit record. What the hell? It's so bad. All right, well, we're recording now.
Yeah.
If I use a DSP, all right, hold on. All right, I'll answer this, then we got to jump over
that. That is correct.
If I use a DSP and a passive crossover, do I still use high pass on amp or full range? Source unit, DSP, out of DSP into amplifier, out of amplifier into speaker. Let's say 5-channel. Channel 1 and 2 are mid-range and a tweeter passive. You're going to use the DSP to set the crossover because it's a better piece to do it on. You get more precise. You're going to leave the amplifier full range. At this point, the amplifier is just power, and that's the only thing you use it for, setting gain, power. Gain low because you have DSP, plenty of voltage output. So yes, that's how you'd run it. Use crossover on the DSP. Way more precise.
All right.
Wait. Go ahead and just remove the comment.
Yep.
Let me go over here to... Hey, guys, we do this little thing called the 12-Volt Clean Wire Club over on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Is this the same guy from last week? Or we never Sorry, whoever won last week, I apologize. You're going to have to do it again because we didn't shout you out because we had a visitor on Monday, and I feel really bad about that. However, this week we do have... Who do we have, Fernando?
No, you threw me.
Really?
Yeah, it's like...
Boom.
All right, we have Javier.
Very good.
Javier did this. Very nice. Check it out.
Do we know what kind of amps those are? Are those ARC?
It looks like an ARC audio, yes.
Yeah.
It
looks like ARC. Oh, no, they are ARC. I can see the logo there on that one.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a swoosh. There's a swoosh like right here.
Okay.
That I'm thinking is... can I get any closer? Let's see if I can get any closer.
Probably.
Yeah, that looks like it. So yeah, so a bunch of Dynamat and a bunch of zip ties and wiring, and yeah, it looks nice. Good job.
Oh, definitely.
DM810. So hey, speaking of Dynamat, ooh, I don't know if we should talk about it with Audio Control as our sponsor.
I mean,
we'll hold that thought. We'll get back to the Dynamat thing in a minute, because we won't be doing Yeah. So yeah, Yakdil has confirmed it. It is ARC Audio X2s.
All right. So by the way, the other one, the last week, that was John. You can go there and check it out.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't know where it would be.
Is the JL audio go one more? No, more.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
It's right there, that one.
This one?
That one, yep.
Okay. So last week's winner was John, who gave us this.
It's, very nice, clean 5-channel amplifier. Very cool.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah.
I put a little gasket around the
people are
there.
like, oh, I like this one.
That's
cool.
pretty sweet.
You know,
if you're in need of a gasket to go around metal, in a hurry, I need something to do that. If a lot of amp kits come with the split loom, and we typically never use it. We do have some split loom here, but for the most part, we don't ever use it for anything, except for when we need to go through a big area. We'll run that as our gasket material around it. So, like if we're going through a piece of metal, sometimes we got to drill like a hole like this, and we'll split loom around it like twice and make a gasket for it. I mean, you still have loom around the wire and all that nonsense, but it's nice just to finish off the hole and make it look a little nicer.
All right.
Looking for more power for my two SQL12s. Looking at either two LC1500s or one Stereo Integrity 3000 or an ARC times 2 2500. Which would you go with? Well, okay, so I think the easiest way, obviously, I'll go with the audio controls. No, sure, that would be wonderful, and audio control would be very happy about that. But one of the things you got to keep in mind is look at the current consumption for all of the amplifiers, because that's really what it's going to come down to. It's great to get more power, but you still have to make the power turn on and run in your car. So looking at, for one, look at the reliability amplifier. All those amplifiers that you mentioned are pretty solid amplifiers, so I don't think you have to worry about that too much. I know audio control gives you an obscene warranty, which is really nice. But you want to look at how much current draw these things are drawing. And sometimes going with two amplifiers as opposed to just one, you get more current consumption, technically. I mean, 3,000 watts is 3,000 watts is 3,000 watts, but you do have two power supplies now, and so the efficiency of one power supply to two power supplies may be a little different. So I would look at, power consumption for one versus what they are actually putting out, and also how many batteries are you going to need to run this bad boy, because that is nice. And then also, how much room do you have? Do you have room for two 1500s? I mean, don't get me wrong, my personal opinion, the more stuff I can put in my trunk that looks cool, that's kind of what I want. I mean, I'm a fanboy. I like big amps and I like to see a bunch of stuff. Sometimes when we do these small systems, it's like, oh, this is so cool, but it's like, it's a small system. So, it's tough. But just look at power and see how much it is. And if batteries and space are no issues, go for the bigger of the two.
All right.
If your tweeter doesn't have spec from the manufacturer, what is a good place to set it? I have it at 4K and it sounds good. Leave it alone then. So obviously, without knowing what the FS of the tweeter is, you kind of got to play it by ear. And you also have to keep in mind what the mid-range is actually capable of doing, because the mid-range has to play up to 4K in order for the tweeter to stop at 4K. So the mid-range to tweeter handoff is really that most important thing. If you have a mid-range that is capable of playing up very high, it really doesn't matter what the FS is of the tweeter if you're going to cross over at 4,000. So for example, like Focal asks that you cross their tweeters over at 5,000. Much higher than where you're at. Whereas when you look at like Morel could be somewhere around 2,200. A lot of tweeters anywhere between 3,000 and 3.4 or 3,400 is really nice. But no, there's nothing wrong with 4,000. If your mid-range to tweeter is blending well, leave it alone. It's not going to hurt anything. And the likelihood of you blowing the tweeter because you're doing something it doesn't like is thin.
Yeah.
Question, my new Moscone 1 amp with built-in DSP. I can't find the software to download to my computer to make the website difficult to navigate.
help?
That is a good question. Since you're here in the U.S., I would definitely reach out to Orca. That is the specifically Nick Wingate is going to be the guy that's probably going to help you on that. That or why can't I think of his name?
Who? Nalika?
No.
Sage?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Sage. I totally brain fart.
Okay.
That or Sage would be the one that could help you.
Yeah.
But one of them should be. I would reach out to Orca. There's got to be a contact information there. They're here in the U.S., so they should be able to get you the information that you need by posting either a link or whatever it is to whatever, to that information for sure.
So I'm just a quick, when you go into the products, like you go to the products, and in that line you go all the way to the bottom side that says software. You type in there, and they and I'm pretty sure there's like new download site English. So let's go here.
Now keep in mind, Fernando's done this.
I never done this before, so I'm trying with you. Download.
Well, if you just keep going down,
right there, you see.
Yeah, but see,
there's active.
Yeah, but I don't see it anywhere on there.
Well, I mean, it's right here. 1, 2.
No, for which? Yeah, but right. But,
system required.
No, dude, slow it down. He needs the amp number has to match the information. So that's the DSP 6-8, 8-12 Aerospace Pro.
For 1, right there.
Yeah, download drivers for 1, D2, 8-6. So there would be your USB drivers. That's just your drivers. Okay, so that's not your download. So but there again, it would be in this page where all the information would be.
All the information.
So as I could see where he's kind of like, Yeah, because it's not... And keep in mind, the software is universal, so a lot of the software works on more than one device. So it's not like each device has different software. But yeah. Okay.
All right.
But that's where it's located. Dig deep. If not, if you can't find it, just email them and ask for a direct link to it, and I'm sure they'll be more than happy to provide you with it. Because why wouldn't they? All right, next.
All right. Let's remove that one.
Do the 2019 Ram classic body styles have speaker brackets? No one lists them, not even Metro, because they're just a regular 6x9. So that truck's speaker is a 6x9. It takes a conventional 6x9. It does not take an oversized 6x9. It does not take a 6x9 with a big bracket. It just takes a 6x9. If you get a 3 or 4-way 6x9 that has a big array that sticks out of the front, it will touch the door panel and cause it to come out. But otherwise, it is just a 6x9. If you're trying to put a 6.5 in there, any 6x9 to 6.5 bracket will work. But yeah, that's all you got.
All right, this is a big one right there.
Where can we buy the new 5-star T-shirts? Right now, nowhere, because Haley's making these from El Scratcho. So, and I haven't ported it out to
the spring.
I haven't done anything to the spring. But yeah.
All right.
To piggyback off of my 8-channel amp question from Saturday. Oh, I remember that. I'm looking for an 8-channel. I remember this. 8-channel Class AB with DSP that can do differential rear fill, basically a Helix V8 but AB. So at that point, you might want to just think about getting a Helix DSP with an 8-channel amplifier, because that's that is their salt and pepper. That differential rear fill is Helix's salt and pepper, man. That's their thing. That's their joy. That's their jam. So, yeah, that's not going to happen in anything other than Helix. And Helix doesn't really make a DSP
Class AB.
Yeah, I don't think they make a DSP Class AB. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think everything is Class D.
All right.
Yeah, you can play with that.
Check it out. Just that one.
All right, so you recommend a Nav TV wiring harness or the Pack Audio Amp Pro for stereo upgrade from 2019 Ford F-150 with the BO stereo. every video you've seen us do has the Nav TV wiring harness that we convert, you know, and we use the Nav TV piece. We use a PAC T harness just to finish it off. Yeah, that's kind of our go-to because that was all that was available. PAC has released the Amp Pro in very limited quantity, meaning like very limited quantity. Not many of them have been made at all. We're still waiting on some. We've been waiting for months now. Supposedly we have some coming in September that are already spoken for. So I mean, if you can find a PAC piece that someone is willing to part with, that's a great option. Another company that has also started making them is MoBridge. They've started to make the A to B conversion, which is pretty cool because they make a really nice A to B conversion. This is the list of manufacturers that we recommend you find things from, and MoBridge is like the 5th one down there. Also, on that same note, Metra has released theirs. The reason why Nav TV is questionable is because the last experience we've had with them wasn't the normal experience we have with them. So I'm kind of on the fence as far as what we recommend and what we don't recommend, and if we, you know, I mean, they're available, but you may have a bad experience. So can't really do more than that. Okay. Hi guys, have a kicker key. Ooh, 180.4 running active. Am I able to add an amp to just the second channel for more power for mid bass? Yeah, as long as your amplifier that you're getting has enough. As long as the high level section on the amplifier can handle the output of that particular amplifier, yes you can. You can go crazy with it. So there's no reason why you can't do that.
No, I think all the Helix are plus D.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing. They don't really go crazy to the AB. They do have one 4-channel, but that's not a. They have a 4-channel in the line, but it's not a DSP amplifier.
Right.
So, if mounting amp rack to an enclosure,
I mean, you can go with the Brax.
no, they make a Helix AB.
Yeah. But it's just amplifier.
Yeah, it's just an amplifier. It's not a. That's why they make an external DSP. So, yeah. Anyways, when mounting an amp to the enclosure, what material goes in between? I mean, typically we don't ever do that, but you know, if we have to, we're not always are we attached to the box. So we'll make an amp rack that is all like in the car, L bracketed and all separate from the actual box, and the box just slides in. And then we put a spacer in the back to hold the box in place. But very rarely are we doing anything that physically attaches to the box. I'm sure you could probably come up with maybe some rubber grommets or something like that. So build like an amp rack, put some rubber grommets on it, screw it on so that it just, you know, doesn't vibrate as much. It's thought. I'm aware of the Moscone 190.A that is AB with a DSP, but I cannot find if it can do differential rear fill, and it can't. That's not a feature that's built into the Moscone DSP sets. I mean, it's they don't do anything snazzy for the rear fill on that. No, you know, that is 100% a Helix move. Like, they're the ones that are doing, you know, the center channel. They're the ones that are doing weird rear fill stuff to make it sound bigger and more full. So that's their thing. Yeah. Do you prefer an amplifier with a built-in DSP or a DSP as a separate component? For installation purposes and size and whatnot, I prefer to do something with a built-in DSP, mainly because it takes up less space. It is more affordable for the consumer to have us install because we're only installing one box instead of 2 or 3. So that allows us to kind of work the budget better and put more things in that they might want, such as sound treatment or fasterings or something like that, as opposed to just paying us labor to put another box on top of another box on top of another box. So anytime we get the option to do DSP built in, we go for the DSP built in. But it's mainly just because it makes it more affordable for the install.
All right.
All right, let me turn that off. Hey guys, go ahead and end this for a minute.
Yep.
So, big friend of the show, a guy named Chris Bennett, who used to work for the company we just had up there and hasn't worked for them for a while. But anyways, he just got a new job.
Yeah.
Working at Dynamat. So we're not going to do in the news this Friday like we normally would because we'll be at Knowledge Fest. So I didn't want to go without mentioning that Chris Bennett now is big dog over at Dynamat. So we wish him the best of luck. We're going to see him this weekend. So we'll get all the tea as it is.
Yes.
I hate tea.
Wow.
Just go ahead. 22 4Runner non-JBL. Will a key lock off the factory rear high level out into a DSP amp be acceptable foundation for good SQ 3-way front stage? One, yeah, is the aftermarket head unit a must for true SQ? Why would we go off the rear high level? That doesn't make any sense at all ever. Don't go off the rear high level because you can't. Your Bluetooth and your navigation and all that stuff come off the front speakers only. They don't come off of the rear. So no, you have to come off of the fronts. The problem, and yes, if you come off the fronts into a key lock, you're fine. And that's it. Out of the back of the radio, into the key lock, and you're set. Now, the cool thing about that radio is it's a 2022. There are plenty of T harnesses for it now. You can make one through Metro. PAC has one, I think. iData has one, even too, I believe. They're all over the place. They're totally available because it's just a 10-pin plug that goes up in the corner of the radio. All the speaker wires are on their own harness now. It's like the coolest thing ever. However, you're going to want to come off the front, into the key lock, boom, great. The other thing you got to keep in mind too is where your backup sensors are coming from. If your backup sensors are coming from the rear, that means you're either going to have to leave a rear speaker connected and or loop those into the system somehow because that's important. As far as overall sound quality, listen, 100% of the problem in a Toyota is the radio. It's just how it is. But that's not to say the key lock can't work magic, and it will work magic for the most part. So are you going to keep the radio forever and ever and ever if you're going to compete or do anything like that? No, you're going to need a new radio. Or a different source unit of some kind that can go into the DSP. That would probably make the most sense, is use the key lock to fix the factory problems for when you want to do FM, but then get a controller that allows you option 1, option 2, and maybe feed your phone directly into it or some other form of device that is going to have your media on it if you're worried about sound quality.
All right.
Oh, cool logo. Can you wire 2 hydrogen 12s from a ground zero with 2 ohm down to 1 ohm? Can't find any on it. Don't say on paperwork. Off the top of my head, I have no idea. Okay, so when hooking up to an amplifier, there again, as you probably know, it's whatever the minimum amount of power the amplifier can take is going to be on their website. So if it says, 1,000 watts at 2 ohm, that's the lowest ohm load you can go that it will take and produce power. In order to get to 2 ohms, you have to have a dual 4 ohm voice coil or a dual 1 ohm voice coil. That's it. I mean, there's no paperwork to be found. It's just a matter of what is the lowest ohm load in the power rating, which it'll tell you. I've never seen that their amplifiers not tell you how low you can go. Now, if it's too much for the woofer, that's a different story. But if you have dual 2s, and you can get a 1 ohm load out of dual 2s. If you have 2 dual 2s, then you cannot get to a 1 ohm load. Okay, so 2 and 2 is 1. You have another one is 1. That's a half. That'll blow up the amplifier. 4. So 2 and 2 could be 4. 2 and 2 could be 4. That'd be 2. That way you're not getting enough out of the amplifier. So I don't know if this is what you're asking, but the reality is that the woofers have to equal whatever the amp can do. And if it's a 2 ohm at the woofer only, then 2 2-ohm woofers will give you a 1 ohm load, but if it's a dual 2, it will not.
Yeah.
Helix, Amplifier, DSPs are all Class D of some level. Yes.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
There you go.
What's better, Slow Bone, Pecan Lodge, or Terry Black Barbecue? Okay, Pecan Lodge did nothing for me. Like, I was like, that to me was like the worst place we went to. I don't remember what the other name of the place was where we had to walk through the oven to get into it.
That was good.
You like that one?
I like that one. That was pretty good.
I was...
Yeah,
honestly,
you can actually...
I have not had amazing barbecue in Texas yet.
Ooh, all the Texas, they're going to be like...
I don't care. Listen, everyone talks about Texas as having great barbecue. We've been to 2 places, and to me, it was always just kind of like...
What you talking about?
I know, I'm sorry. It's nothing personal. It's just, you know, well, you know,
No,
Arturo, I don't know what to say. I mean, maybe you got better Texas than San Antonio, but, like, I've just not been blown away.
You open the debate in here, man.
I'm not been blown away. I've just been kind of like, whatever, you know, sounds okay. I'm waiting for someone to say, bro, I'm taking you to the Valhalla of barbecue in Texas, and maybe like, all right, let's go, and then like be like, damn, yeah, everything, like, dude, I'm sorry, if you can't get the beans right, like, we've never had good beans. Every time we go and we get these beans, they taste like shit. Cold slaw tastes like crap. 2 things you have to get right to be barbecue are beans and cold slaw.
All right, guys, so in today's show, we're going to talk about barbecue. Tell us what barbecue is good.
Yeah, okay, anyways. Hi, guys. All right, hold on. Before we go to hi, guys, hey, let's do this. Second sponsor of the show is Gladen. That's right, Gladen makes speakers for the Moscone amplifiers that we talk about. Like on the show, we talk about the AB class Moscone amplifier that he wants the rear effect on. I totally understand that, but one of the other things that they make is these guys right here, but they also make speakers, and nothing could be better than teaming up your Moscone amplifier with a set of Gladen speakers. We will be doing that here shortly, probably when we get back, since we have the 430 in Fernando's car. We'll be teaming that up with some nice Gladen speakers and having a gay old time, as Fred Flintstone would say. So we can't wait, but if you're interested in checking out some really cool speakers like this guy right here, oh, look how sexy that looks. And let me tell you what, that tweeter is the right size. It looks big and metal, and it's not. It's actually really compact and tiny and will fit in a lot of locations. So, pretty excited about that. Stay tuned for more, but if you'd like to check them out, head over to MosconeAmerica.com. Hi guys, I have a 2016 GMC Yukon with the Bose system. What amplifiers and speakers would you recommend for upgrade, 3-way, front stage, high res? Thanks. First off, if you're going to keep the factory radio, you're going to need an Amp Pro. That's right, pack-audio.com. Go there, get the corresponding Amp Pro to integrate into your Bose system. From there, it's just a matter of what you want to do as far as speaker goes. As we just said, one of the companies right here, Gladen, makes an amazing speaker. If you'd like to see it in performance, meaning like see a car that has Gladen so that you can just be kind of blown away, on our channel we have a wonderful video that we did when we were in Vegas with Mr. Mike Rojas. Right?
Rios. It's almost close.
There's an R, there's an S. Super awesome guy that I will always screw up his last name. Anyways, he's got a Stinger that he did this. It's in the playlist Cars That We Have Heard, or Cars That We Have Listened To, something like that. Go check it out. But there are a ton of companies out there that make 3-way sets. Our most popular, of course, are the Focal, the Morel. Go from there. Good luck.
Go from there. Go from God. There you go.
You might want to check out the Morel though, because that tweet, their 2.5 is really nice.
It is too. Yeah.
Dean, is there a good way to get the driver's dash speaker pods out of the new Wranglers? Pulled one today and it just pulled the dash forward. Felt a little ghetto doing that. Get that ghetto feeling and capture it and hold it on tight. Ooh, yeah, baby, love that ghetto feeling. No, so problem with the Jeep JLs, or even the JKs for that matter. The JK, if that's what you're referring to, you pull and even the JL, on the driver's side, you pull pretty much every single screw out of the dash that you can get your hands on, and then the speaker will just kind of like do one of these things and fall out, right? Is that how you get that one out? Or do you lift it up and do this?
Okay, hang on.
Because when I take the driver's side out, I pull out the bar, pull the bar down, and then it just kind of like rolls out and falls to the floor.
Yeah. Okay. No, the passenger side actually...
No, this is driver's side.
Okay, driver's side, yes. Remove all the screws, plastic.
Do you remove the bar? Down. Do you remove the bottom bars?
No.
See, I always remove the bottom bars.
Yeah. I mean,
but
it's
you
easy.
don't. I noticed you don't.
100%.
So, but yes, you're pulling the dash up, but you're pulling all the screws on the side, all the screws on the bottom. Now, on the glove box side, that's where it gets even more fun.
Yeah. I remove the glove box. Same thing. Remove all the 7mm to the side, to the bottom, and clip it. And it 10mm on the bottom.
Yeah.
And
comes out through the glove box
to the side.
Now on the JL, it's a lot more work because you got to remove the push to start air conditioning control buttons. You got to pull the cap or part of the radio bezel and all that stuff off. We're always pulling the center out anyways.
Yes.
But then on the driver's side, it comes out the same way. Just kind of like
same thing.
Folds out.
Just keep in mind, it's one screw that you cannot see.
And, I think he figured that out because he got that far. He's just pulling up the dash. But anyways, the reason why you don't go full crazy on like the JL and pull out the whole dash is because in order to get that speaker out by pulling out the whole dash, you do have to pull out the airbag. In the JL, there's 2 batteries, not just the one battery on top. So you actually have to pull out the battery out of the car, and then underneath the battery is a secondary battery that you have to disconnect. After you've done that, then you can pull the whole dash apart. Literally the whole dash, pull the airbag out, pull the top off, pull it, and then you can pull the whole plastic bezel off, like old school Ram style, and then you can pull that bracket out. Nobody does that anymore because it's totally not necessary. But yes, it's not the funnest car in the world to replace.
And I think in the new Wrangler, you have the module in the driver's side.
There is a module on the driver's side bracket.
Make sure you connect
Make sure you plug it back in, and you want your heart to go pitter-patter. It will. Because it's like weird things happen, all kinds. Car sometimes doesn't start.
You
it's
have
like
had
the
a
dumbest thing ever.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. 6.5 component set or 6x9 component set for the front doors of Nissan Titan. 6x9 component set. Get all the help you can get in that car, for sure. A couple, of course, to choose from is Alpine R-Type, Focal integration, really affordable. I think you can do the Kenwood 692s with a little bit of adjustment on the 2.5 up in the dash. That sounds pretty good. We've done that. You just got to do a little bit of work on the 2.5 to get it to fit right. And then if you want to go full crazy, like a set of Alpine X-Type, if you can find the old 6x9 component for that, ooh, those are really nice.
Very cool. All right, before we go, this one is...
Been doing this car audio stuff for a long time. You guys make me put more detail into my installs. Thanks for the inspiration. No, thank you, man.
Hey, thank you. Keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
Take your time.
No, go as fast as you can. Looking to upgrade my Kenwood double DIN CarPlay radio to an Alpine ILX 511 floating radio very soon for my 2004-14 Focus hatchback. Okay. I mean, the 5. I would definitely do the floating, the 9 or the 11 for sure with the Alpine. We've done a couple of those. They are really nice. And of course, now they have that new. They have the new knob.
The new knob.
The new knob. So the one thing that like the Kenwood has a knob. So like the 10-inch Kenwood has a knob. The Alpine doesn't. But you can add the Bluetooth knob to it now that will screw to the side of the screen, left or right, or you can put it anywhere you want in the car. So if you like wanted to put it in the center console or something like that, so you could just like do this and control the screen, you can. So it's pretty cool. It'll do volume as well as subwoofer level control right from that one knob. So that's kind of a cool feature.
Yeah.
My only complaint with the Alpine, with their EQ section is that they don't have independent level control for all channels. So they went so far with coming out with a lot of cool features for it, but they still don't have independent level control, which I don't know why they would do that. So if you're using an external DSP, that's fine, it's great, it'll do its thing. But if not, then you're going to be playing with that time limit to get it just right.
All right, here we go, guys.
Tennessee and Kansas City barbecue. Exactly. 100%. I agree. You know, we went all the way.
Did you guys eat there?
Tennessee? No. But I will say we had really good pizza in Tennessee.
Oh,
and we had really good pancakes in Tennessee too. Like some of the best pancakes ever. Because apparently they're known for pancakes. I didn't know
Tennessee?
that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was these log cabin restaurants everywhere in Tennessee.
We have to ask Miguel.
No, I mean Tennessee and Kansas City are both like I've watched enough of the Food Network that I don't watch anymore because of that. I know that they make, really good barbecue.
Yeah. Okay.
Although anymore, it's like because everyone just kind of moves around. Is all I feel like you can get some really good barbecue anywhere you live now, except for when we went to Go Fast.
Yeah.
Because apparently that barbecue gave everyone an upset stomach. But that also could have been the dump we were in was kind of a dump. I mean,
hey, man.
It looked like it was built in the 1950s and they haven't cleaned it since the 1950s. Mm-hmm. But anyways, 2022 Explorer with B&O is the best still nav TV unit. Also, what would be a good place for a harness to connect to the factory wiring at the amp in the back? Did we do a whole video on the Ford Explorer?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I think the harness, I want to say the harness is available now from PAC, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, because by that time it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't for sure. And at the amplifier, everything is connecting at the amplifier.
In the back,
everything is connected at the amplifier except for the tweeters. The tweeters are still connected at the radio, which is in the back passenger side. Yeah. There again, like we said earlier in the show, Nav TV, yeah, sure. Last couple times we haven't had great experience. It's kind of, but the new ones are hard to get. But Mobridge makes one now. PAC makes one now. If you can find any one of those, probably want to make the jump.
And talk about the celebrity.
There he is.
Mr. Chris Bennett.
Mr. Chris Bennett, newly has a big title at, as we said, Dynamat. And it's like, what's funny? It's like it's the first time I can say Dynamat and actually mean Dynamat.
Yeah.
Because every time you say Dynamat, then you go, I mean sound treatment.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because it's like the Kleenex.
I'm actually happy that I'm going to see him.
I know
it's been a long time. I don't see him. What was that? That was Master Tech?
Master Tech.
That's what I'm saying.
Master Tech was the last time.
Yeah.
What was that, February or March? Yeah, so it's
been a long time.
5 months? 5 months. In the grand scheme of things, it really isn't that much, but you're right, it is. Doug congratulates you on your new gig.
Yes.
That's right there.
Right
there. That one. Congratulations on your new gig, sir. Which Doug will be at the show this weekend. So I will be delivering your shirt. Those were the other 2 shirts that are kind of going in my bag. Tommy asked for the biggest shirt in the world.
What is that?
I don't know. He asked for like a 2X.
5X?
No, he asked for like a 2X. I'm like, Jesus. Like that's going to take up 4 shirts worth of room. Anyways.
Well, you know what? This is what you need to do. You put your shirts inside his shirt.
Moving on. Jeeps are fun to install. Hey.
They are.
We're so used
to
Jeeps. It's like we just go through the motions. I love Jeeps. I love F-150s, Toyota Tundras. Another car that we don't get that often, but we've still done a decent amount of our today we had STI WRX. There again, we don't get them all that often, but we get enough of them to where it's like, oh yeah, we're doing one of those again. So yeah, those are kind of fun. It's just nice to yeah.
All right.
And then of course you have the what's that stupid Infiniti? Yeah.
Infiniti?
Or the Lexus, the one I put on my brain, because every time I see one, I just hate it.
The C430? Infiniti is not Infiniti.
I don't know what it is. It's just a headache.
The C430. I kind of. Are you really like?
Yes.
For me,
it's just going through the motions.
Yes,
it's
that's
literally
it.
just going through the motions. But
think
it's a lot of motions. That's all I have to say. It's a lot of motions.
It's a lot of pieces that you have to.
Yes, it's like just putting. It takes me like 2 hours to build that radio, so that I.
Well,
because now I've got it to the point to where every person has complained enough about every install we've ever done as far as shit that I can't fix.
All right.
So it's like I have to take it down. I literally have to take that factory radio down to its every single piece, cut it, paint it, foam it.
What? And that's the reason why, like Dan said, it takes me 2 hours, because he takes everything apart, paint the whole bracket.
Oh yeah, because I'm just... Everyone
was one person that complained about.
Well, there's one person that complained about one thing.
That.
There's one person that complained about another thing.
Yes.
And it was like, so
I'm gonna fix everything.
Yeah. So it was like just a matter of like, these are all things. Like, dude, I don't make this car. These are problems with the car, not us. So then we just like, dude, you're scrolling past like all the barbecue recommendations.
Dude.
Like, what the hell, man?
All the barbecue recommendations. Really? Where?
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. See?
Bring
Look at Mary Lou is just like... So,
okay, so there you go.
I'll have Jeff bring his.
Right there.
Hungry Harry Station Barbecue in Lutz, Florida.
There you go. Why do you have to go to Texas? Don't. You can go to Lutz.
100%. Okay.
Oh, that was really fast. That was the fastest.
Oh, it did. It was.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Poor Josh. Poor Josh got railroaded on that one.
Why?
Wait. Go up to R2 right there. I can vouch for the Mo Bridge. So there you go. Check out the Mo Bridge, and that's how you spell Mo Bridge. Yeah. Thank you.
Dynamite.
That's what happened to your butt. Dynamite for sure. All right.
That's right.
I want a BO for
It wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't a BO for the Explorer, so I wasn't sure if they were the same. No, they're not. So BO, non-BO are two totally different animals. If it's a non-BO system, you just have to look at the motor size to make sure you don't have fake engine noise. You can always reprogram it out with ForceScan, or the dealer will do it as well. It just has to do with the size of the engine. Anyways, check amp, pack-audio.com, because I believe they have a T-harness now for that back at the radio, which is located in the passenger rear of the car. The radio is not in the dash, passenger rear of the car, even in the non-amplified side. So that's where you got to go for that.
You search LPH, and they show you all the T-harness that they have.
LPH. All right.
LPH. All right.
So I have a 2013 Hyundai Veloster, and I need some good 6.5-inch mid recommendations and recommendations for amps and subs to be heard a block away. So you want loudspeakers. So we don't do a lot of loudspeakers because typically they're kind of depressing. They don't sound good.
What are you talking about?
They typically don't sound that good. However...
Well, it's just not what you like.
No, they typically don't sound good. I mean, if you like that, that's cool. But if you want to be heard a block away, we have done, successfully, use the Rockford loudspeakers. Rockford makes a loudspeaker. It's expensive, but they sound good. And they actually play some I'm going to say mid-bass, but not mid-bass, deeper mid-range, okay, which most loudspeakers don't play.
We also did Hertz.
We've done the Hertz coaxials.
The SPL
shows.
Yeah.
Now, there again, the SPL show from Hertz makes a smaller mount Neo tweeter that sounds fabulous. In the picture, it looks like everyone else's smaller Neo tweeter, but it's not. It's actually smaller than most of them. They're expensive and they sound great.
Yeah.
And then Rockford does make a good 6.5-inch for the door. Keep in mind, it's a big magnet, just like everybody else. It's an open back. It's not a closed back. And it's shallow, which is cool, like most of those speakers are. But they actually sound really good. No matter what you're going to do in your Velociter, make sure you plan on having a DSP, because you're going to need something to reel these things in and make them sound good. Because as fun as it is to sound and make everyone down the street hear you, some days you just might want it to sound good. That's where a DSP will solve all those problems for you.
All right.
If you're ever in Chattanooga,
Tennessee, try Memo Restaurant.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you for the recommendation. I've never been a huge fan of Alpine, but I think the ILX 511 looks pretty cool, especially with the parametric EQ. And I'm really waiting the wireless car wanting the wireless CarPlay experience.
Their parametric EQ is cool.
It is cool.
It is very cool, and it now gives you left, right, front, rear, and sub parametric EQ, which is really cool. Kenwood in the Exelon, because you have a Kenwood, also has parametric EQ in the 1057 and the 1007. Their parametric EQ is front, rear, all, and sub. So they have a 2-band parametric EQ for front, 2-band for rear, a 9-band parametric EQ for everything, as well as a 1-band parametric EQ for the subwoofer. You can use it as a parametric EQ. You can use it as a shelf filter. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with it. Plus, it has a 13-band graphic EQ on top of that. And it has level control for every channel. So, just throwing that out there. Or should I upgrade No, I'm not even going to read that. Do not upgrade to a Tesla-style radio. Please, for the love of God, do not. You're talking about sound quality 1 minute, and you're talking about nightmare of sound quality next. Stick with what sounds good. At 511, you're going to love the way it sounds.
Perfect.
It does sound great. Mary Lou's having a hard... I want you to know, Mary Lou, that Fernando's the one skipping over your comments, not me. I've been reading them.
I'm coming right there.
He's just skipping over... Nope, she's commenting the whole time. You're just skipping over her. Mary Lou's a friend of ours. She works at Metro. She's a really nice person.
She used to have a...
Can I use a DSR-1 if I want new Kenwood XR radio and a 2015 Nissan Altima 2.5S? So, a DSR-1 is three things. It is an... an AR integratable DSP, which gives you like Amp Pro style functionality if you team that up with these harnesses over here.
Yeah.
These ones right here above my head allow you to interface with the factory audio system and give you all the things that Amp Pro give you just with a DSP instead of just RCAs. So Fernando has a page full of them located right here. Now that is one of the functionalities that it has. The second functionality that it'll do is has 4-channel RCA input that is selectable as either front rear, front sub, front center, however you want to set it up, but there's 4 and that's it. So if you have an aftermarket radio, you can run front and sub into it, still retain your subwoofer volume control, and still use the single RCA output to go into the DSP, because from there you can set up the DSP to do whatever you want. If you're not using rear fill, who cares? If you are using rear fill, you can do all the volume setting in the DSP. And then lastly, it has 4 channels of high-level input that are the same as so yes, to answer the question, you can buy a radio, use a DSR-1, and everything will be wonderful. No problems whatsoever. And hey, I just turned it off. I'll turn it back on. We'd like to thank Glendon at Moscone-America.com for being a proud sponsor of the show. If you're interested in anything, like I said previous months, please head over to their website, check them out. They have a lot of awesome things.
There you go.
You guys look so good with those burgundy shirts. I need to get one so I can look as good as you guys do. Mary Lou, let me know next time you're coming over. Okay? Next time you're making the drive, call me the week before. All right? And I will take care of
there you go.
I want one too. Damn it, Chris. You could have let me know a week ago when you called, okay? Have you met Haley? You've met Haley. You know how hard it is to get her to do shit, right?
Let me see. I find another one that says, I want one too.
Everybody wants one, damn it. It's too late. It's too late. Haley's done.
Somebody say, get a Kenwood. Kenwoods are awesome.
He has a Kenwood. He wants to try something new. I totally understand. Do you guys ever get tired of the heat? Florida's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
And I don't know how you drive a convertible. Like, seriously. We just did one a few hours ago.
We did a
and I drive from the parking lot to the install bay. Dude, it's brutal. I can't. I'm like, no, man, I can't. Nope.
You know, the reality of it is, it's god awful hot. You're like, the mythos is it's not the heat, it's the humidity that kills you in Florida, and they're not wrong, because it is way hotter, like where Doug is in California. I'm sorry, in Arizona, where the boys are in California, and some of you guys up in the north, you get these 100-degree days, 102, 115, 110. You guys get some god awful hot days for sure. The difference is here we have those days for about 8 months, so we get a lot of the heat. Yeah. But the humidity is what really kills you. Because that's like a thick soup that you're running through. Like California, I was there one day, it was 115. It's like literally sticking your head in an oven. But it was a dry heat. It's still freaking hot. But when it's 100 degrees here with 100% plus humidity, it is painful. It is like yesterday, I was walking around downtown Tampa because the family all wanted to go and watch gymnastics. And I had the kid we babysit. It was their family, so I had the little 3-year-old with me, and we were doing cool shit. And I was carrying him at one point. I thought he peed on my leg because we were both. And I was like, "No, we're just sweating my ass off because it's so hot." So yeah, it can be brutal. And my air conditioning, like I said, my air conditioning broke all weekend. It's been broke all weekend, and man.
So the fridge is gonna stay open.
The fridge was open the whole time because it's brutal. It is brutal, but. On the flip side, the coldest it ever gets here is like 32. maybe 30.
Not even.
Nah, it'll get to 30s. Like, yeah, like 3 o'clock in the morning. It'll get to like 30. It'll get to 50. But the thing for us, 50 might as well be 15 because we're pussies.
Oh, dude, yes.
We can't handle anything. But
big.
Yeah, we're big wusses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the flip side to it. So, like, it is August right now. We got September is probably going to suck, but it's going to start to wean off. September and October are really bad months in that it's like cool, hot, cool. But, Dean, you're the best. I try to be.
He's not. He's not.
But anyways, yeah, we get tired of it too. Actually, it's funny. As global warming kicks in and the planet slowly dies.
Here we go.
We have the back door and we've been closing it more and more often because it's just we can't deal with it. And I've worked with the back door open for years, 20 years plus. Yeah. But man, now I can't deal with it. It's too damn hot.
That's true. You're getting old, bro.
I am getting old. All right. My 2008 Mustang GT CS with the Shaker 1000 system in the mid of the front door are bad, wanting to do an Audio Frog 8 in the lower door. Should I do Audio Frog coaxials in stock locations or comp with tweeter in the pillar?
Component with tweeter.
Yeah. If you do the tweeter up in the pillar and do a tweeter, maybe a 5 1/4 or a 6, you could get a 6 to fit there as long as it's not too deep. I don't think the GBs aren't going there, that's for sure. But maybe the other one, the GS, might go there. But a GB is not going in the 5 1/4 spot or the 5x7 spot on a Mustang. That window is in the way, man. Because it's made for a 5x7. So tweeter. If it's got the factory tweeter location, I would go with the factory tweeter because it sounds really good up high in those cars. Then maybe a 5 1/4, and then if you want to go full 8, that'd work. Keep in mind though that like that 8 in the grill and all that, it's all one piece, so you're gonna have some fun getting that all apart and looking right. And
you can check Morel. Morels are so thin.
Oh yeah, you could do a Morel 6.5. Yeah, you could do juice nanocarbon.
Yes.
No, I bet you can't. You know what would be the problem? Is the dome. You hit the door with the dome because it's a Mustang. It's gonna be right on close. He's gonna need to go 5 1/4. I don't think you got enough. I don't think you have enough front space.
Like a 1/4-inch spacer.
No, what I'm saying is you need space on the front because remember the dome comes out. So I think you'd hit the door. I think you'd hit the door.
Oh.
So I would do a 5 1/4. I think. Well, I mean, dude, you're doing a tweeter, a 5 1/4, and an 8. It's gonna sound fabulous. Yeah. How's Disney with so much humidity? Sucks right now. It sucks so bad. Disney is miserable. Like, it's been terrible.
There you go.
New hybrid Integra 5 1/4.
There you go. See.
Slow it down, man. Haven't seen those. We got the 4-inch, man. We got the 4-inch.
Exactly. I know, Marty. Here you go.
It's all about the water parks, 100%. All right, let's go to let's end this on the dumb question because it's right, Bruce. Right. All right, dumb question. A customer brought a Sundown 5K amp and has dual power inputs. He's going to need 2 capacitors, correct? Unless someone makes a dual high in and out capacitor I don't know of. So here's the thing. I'm not a fan of capacitors in any way, shape, or form. I'm a battery guy because batteries will actually do a better job, in my opinion, and just my experience. So personally, I would do a small battery as opposed to capacitors, or do battery and a capacitor. And I wouldn't do a spray paint can. I'd look at like a hybrid capacitor of some kind, like Stinger, Rockford Fosgate. Both still offer, I believe, hybrid capacitors. Okay. Those always work better. I don't know why, because they're better. They just always worked better for me as opposed to just spray paint cans. But batteries, it's all about the batteries because you can charge a battery, but capacitor.
That would be cool if somebody make sure it's all about the batteries.
Well, yeah, but it won't be us because
we don't care about the batteries.
I don't care about the batteries.
Right.
Hey guys, oh my gosh, it's that time of the year again.
Yes.
So it's Monday. The Saturday show is going to be different because we'll be in Dallas, as we've said throughout the whole show. So we'll be in Dallas. We're going to do a show floor tour at some point. I don't know when. we're going to do a bunch of stuff. We don't normally, like we say we're going to do a bunch of stuff, and then we don't do a bunch of stuff. Thursday we'll be at Jay's Tent. We're going to do something live from there for sure. And then I'm just planning on doing some Instagram stuff. So if you guys follow us on Instagram, look for us there. If you don't follow us on Instagram, sorry. You know, it's a really good place to look at pictures of things, all kinds of things, whatever you like. But YouTube, Instagram, make sure to follow us there. If you're watching this show right now, congratulations. You got to see it tonight on YouTube. For the rest of you that are watching the show the next day and going, why wasn't it up? Because we took it down as soon as the show is over so we could rebroadcast it tomorrow. So I know.
Just get used to it, guys.
It's weird. We're working on it, and this is what I've decided to try next. So thank you guys so much for watching us tonight. And if you're in Dallas and say hi, we can't wait.
Stop by.
Yeah. Right here. DNF Swag is a place you can go and find some of the cool shirts. And if you're a fan of Mr. Jeff Smith, that's where you can find your I Know the Real Jeff Smith shirt. It's in there somewhere. Or a boring. There it is, right there. Yeah, where's my CDs, Jeff? So make sure to check that out. As well as DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can go. I was going to say scroll down so you can actually see the top. There you go. DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools. The one, of course, that you want to check out is the IRTA2, which is this guy right here. Simply click on the link. That'll take you over to the best tool in car audio. That's right. A 2-channel electrical RTA.
Wow, that was hard.
No, I had to really emphasize the electrical part. So if you're doing something in a car, looking at being able to see the electricals, it's very important. Yeah. So the IRTA2 will allow you to see that. See you Thursday.
Thursday.
That's right. Hopefully not Thursday. You should be on the show sooner than that because we have presents to give you from the fans. So anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. We will see you in the Ethernet somewhere.
Tomorrow. 5 minutes with 5-star on Instagram.
Oh, you're really being hopeful about that.
Oh, totally. Dude, fantastic.
Okay.
All right, guys. Bye.
See ya.